we summarize by taking a look at ourselves and our course syllabus, and we say to ourselves, can and does and will the student understand where we are, where we're going, how we're going to get there, how long is it going to take, and how much will it cost in reference to their time and their effort and your effort as well. So that's the summarization of lectures and course syllabus. The other aspect is the professor, as I often say, P-R-O-fessor. You are a pro, and you have to convey this continuously, not only within the classroom time, but prior to and other times after class as well. So what we say is, as a professor, what we need to do is create the most favorable environment for our students. Remember, our students come from all over the world. They have knowledge and skills from their past, and they could be of value in reference to your providing them with what they need to know and do. So what do? First of all, we have to introduce them not only to ourselves, but also to some of the traits that they will need in the class to convey the information to you, and also some of their tools that they will need, such as their textbooks, their materials, and any other aspect in reference to a lab. But most important, we must remember that the first day is the most important day when the student approaches your class. Because what we often say is the first 4 minutes are the longest lasting impression of a person. And it's vice versa as well. As you look at your students, the first 4 minutes will convey to you what your student will be doing throughout the semester. So being a professor, we have to remember that in lecturing, we have to take a look at our students and know that the importance is to know, understand, and to support and accept the mission and the vision, not only of this class, but of their entire curriculum. So our goals and objectives are our future. We need to review our outcomes as well. I have prepared for you a list of some of the outcomes of what should be within a classroom. We have knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. And when we get into our classroom, we have to take a look at these things and say to ourselves, are we conveying this on a daily basis? Are they receiving this in reference to not only your class, but also the entire curriculum? And we have to look at the types of domains which we talk about in psychological approaches of learning. We talk about the types of domains, meaning psychomotor, cognitive, and affective. Psychomotor, cognitive conveys what? Knowledge of the mind. And the affective domain, awareness, interest, desire, action. So we take a look at these psychological approaches in reference to conveying information as well. And the receptiveness is dependent upon where they are in their domain. So the most important thing for us to remember, it's not what we are saying, it is how we are saying it. And the successful traits of a professor are how they create not information that is regurgitated back, but how they create imagination and skills and abilities that the students will be able to put to use into their professions. So we need to involve students in everything that they do, within the classroom and also on their assignments outside the classroom. So we need to create an environment for setting a tone for their future. So how do we do that? We, again, go into the aspect of our future is their future. And they are surviving the 21st century. And for that, we have to realize that they need skills and abilities that might not exist today. So they have to look for what is important in reference to where they will be 5 or 10 years from now. What should they focus on? Where will their niche be in the society? And that's an important aspect that we have to convey as well as a professor. So we are not only talking about their outcome as a student, but their outcome as a professional in their entire life. So we have to understand, as well as they should understand, what is their mission and goals, and what are their outcomes, or what will their outcomes be, not only in reference to the class, but in reference to their life. So what do? We act as a role model. We are a professor, as I said. So we are capable, and we want them to be capable. We are sensitive, and we want them to be sensitive. We are enthusiastic in reference to what we wish to convey, and we want them to be enthusiastic in reference to what they are learning and how they can apply it. And most importantly, we are ourselves, and we want them to be themselves, because learning takes place in an environment where people are themselves.